You shouldn't have to convince a woman to love you. If every text feels like a strategy, every hangout feels like a negotiation, and deep down you know that she's not really into it, sorry to say, you're forcing it. And the truth is, the more you chase, the more she will pull away. Today, I'm calling it out. These are the undeniable signs you're forcing a relationship that was never meant to work, and how it's destroying your confidence as a man. Jessica OS here, welcome to the channel. In this video, I'll break down the most common signs that you're forcing a relationship that doesn't actually fit, why it feels one-sided, what it's doing to your self-worth, and how to stop before it drains the life out of you. You ready? Sign number 1, you always initiate everything. Let's be honest, if you stopped texting her, would she ever reach out? If the answer makes your stomach twist, then here's your truth. You're the fuel keeping this whole thing alive. You're the one always saying good morning. You're the one asking when to meet. You're the one trying to keep it interesting while she just responds. This is what it feels like to be in a one-man relationship. Now, don't get me wrong. Men are natural initiators. You lead, you pursue, etc. But there's a difference between leading and begging for scraps of attention. You send 3 texts, she replies to 1. You plan the next date, she cancels last minute. You ask her how she feels about you, and she says, well, I don't know, I'm just going with the flow. Translation, she's not flowing, she's floating, and you're the one doing all the paddling. You shouldn't feel like you're chasing your own girlfriend. When a woman is genuinely into you, she wants to initiate as well. She finds little excuses to message you. She calls to hear your voice. She makes plans without needing to be asked. Even shy women find subtle ways to stay in your orbit when they're emotionally invested. But when you're doing all the lifting, the heavy lifting at that, and she's just coasting, my guy, it's not love, it's emotional convenience. Guys, if a woman knows you always reach out, always chase, always show up, no matter how little she gives, she'll stop valuing your effort and she'll start expecting it. And eventually, she starts resenting you for trying too hard. You're not her man, you're her emotional backup generator. Quiet, reliable, and only appreciated when everything else fails. So ask yourself, if you went radio silent right now, no texts, no check-ins, no how is your day going, would she actually reach out, or will she just vanish? Because if she disappears, then she was never really there to begin with. Did you get where I'm going with this? I certainly hope so. Sign number 2, you feel anxious more than you feel loved. Now, love shouldn't feel like you're walking on a damn tightrope. If you're constantly stressed, overthinking her every text, her tone, her timing, or her energy, you're not in love. You're in survival mode. You know what I'm talking about? That feeling in your gut when she replies, K, right? That mental spiral when she takes 5 hours to text back after being active on Instagram. That fear that if you speak your mind or ask for more, she'll ghost you or pull away. That's not connection, it's emotional anxiety, and too many men confuse it with passion. Truth is, if you feel more confused than you do cared for, that's not your woman, that's your warning. You see, a healthy relationship calms your nervous system. It doesn't set it on fire every time your phone buzzes. You shouldn't be checking her mood before you decide yours. You shouldn't be scared to speak up about how you feel because basically you don't want to rock the boat or ruin the vibe. Ask yourself this. When was the last time you actually felt safe in this relationship? Like, felt like you could just relax and be yourself and trust that she's in this with you. Because if you're always second guessing her commitment, if you're walking on eggshells just to avoid arguments or distance, if you're constantly trying to read between the lines of her cold behavior or vague responses, that's not love. It's emotional instability, and she's got you hooked on a roller coaster. And here's where it gets really dark. That anxiety, it becomes addictive. You start chasing the highs of those rare moments where she does show you attention, a kind word, a compliment, a night where she seems present. You hold on to that like it's proof that she cares, when really it's just the bare minimum to keep you on the hook. This is what happens when you force something that was never emotionally safe to begin with. If she's hot and cold, distant then sweet, cold and then clingy, you'll never feel grounded. And no woman is worth sacrificing your peace of mind for. Look, ask yourself this. If I stayed in this relationship exactly how it is, with no changes, would I still be happy 6 months from now? If the answer is no, stop forcing it. You're not fixing a relationship. You're just numbing your anxiety with false hope. Sign number 3, you keep making excuses for her lack of effort. Look, when your woman isn't showing up for you, but you're still defending her behavior to yourself and your boys, you're in deep denial. And you're not protecting the relationship. You're protecting your ego, right? You know she doesn't make an effort. She never plans anything. She barely responds to you when you message her. She's flaky, distracted, emotionally unavailable, and you feel it. But guess what? Instead of facing the truth, you're lying to yourself. You say, oh, she's just busy. Oh, she's been through a lot. Oh, she has childhood trauma. Oh, she's not good at expressing her emotions. She's healing from her ex. She had a really bad toxic relationship. You know, she's not used to a guy like me. Man, you're just explaining away the fact that she's not emotionally invested. Let's cut the BS. When a woman is genuinely into you, you don't have to decode her behavior. She shows up, she engages, she cares. She wants to talk to you. She wants to spend time with you. She wants to be close to you. If you're constantly interpreting silence as her just being overwhelmed, if you're calling your boy and saying, nah, man, she's just in a weird place right now, you're not dating her. You're just trying to hold on to a fantasy of who you hope she'll become. And let me give it to you straight. You're not her therapist. You're not her emotional rehab. You're not her father. So stop fixing, stop explaining. I mean, look, if she wanted to, she would, period. And don't come back with, oh, but she used to be different. Yeah, when she wanted to impress you, when she wasn't sure she had you. And now that you're locked in trying to prove yourself to her, she's pulled back and you're trying to explain it all away like a loyal soldier defending a castle that she already abandoned. Bro, stop fighting for someone who's not even on the battlefield with you. Relationships are a two-person effort, not one man dragging a corpse and calling it love. If one of your boys told you this exact situation, right, but you weren't emotionally attached because, of course, it's someone else, what advice would you give him? Trust me, you already know. Sometimes you just need to look at things from another person's perspective. Stop making excuses for someone who's showing you with their behavior that they're not showing up for you. Sign number 4, you're afraid to be your full self around her. Listen, if you have to shrink to keep her, she's not your woman. A lot of men don't even realize they're doing it, but deep down they know. You're editing your personality, you're toning down your opinions, you're watching your words like you're under interrogation because you're scared of triggering her, turning her off, or messing things up. So you don't tease her the way you want to. You avoid bringing up your real interests. You even hide your stress or struggles because basically you don't want to look weak. You become a filtered version of yourself. The truth is, the version of you she's with isn't even you. It's a performance, and performances can't last forever. You think you're being easygoing, right? You think you're just trying to keep the peace. But what you're actually doing is suffocating your masculinity to survive the relationship. You've lost your edge, you're walking on eggshells, and the worst part, she can feel it. Women are incredibly intuitive, right? They can sense when a man is withholding, when he's hesitant, when he's uncertain. And that hesitation, that fear of expressing your full self, will kill attraction eventually. Not because she wants a perfect man, but because she wants a real one. Women are drawn to unapologetic energy. Men who speak freely, move confidently, own their quirks, and aren't afraid to disagree. That's authenticity. That's leadership. That's sex appeal. If you feel you have to play it safe all the time just to keep her interested, then guess what? She's not interested in you. She's interested in a version of you that never pushes back. And that version, well, she's going to eventually get bored of him because deep down, she doesn't respect him. Let's flip the script for a second. Would you want to be with a woman who couldn't be herself around you, who filtered her personality, muted her joy, or shrank her dreams just to stay around you? Of course not, because that's not connection, it's quiet desperation. So don't be that guy who's scared to take up space. Be the man who speaks up, who shows up, who lets her see exactly who he is, because if she can't handle the real you, then she's not meant for you. Sign number 5, you keep hoping things will get better if you just hang in there. Let me hit you hard with the truth. If the relationship feels like a struggle from the start, it doesn't magically get easier later. It actually gets heavier. it gets more draining, and you get more numb to the signs that this woman was never really in it with you to start with, right? But here you are, holding on. You keep saying, well, maybe she just needs more time. Maybe after this rough patch, we'll be good again. Maybe if I just love her a little harder, she'll finally open up. You're waiting on potential that may never come. And let me tell you, potential in this case is dangerous because it makes you ignore the reality. It keeps you stuck in what could be instead of facing what actually is, right? Every time she pulls away, you forgive it. Every time she gets cold or distant, you explain it away. You hold on to these tiny moments of affection, those 10 minutes of warmth between 10 days of silence. Like, they mean she still cares, but they don't. They mean you're settling for crumbs and calling it connection. Let's really look at this, okay? Are you more emotionally drained than fulfilled? Are you constantly waiting for her to change, open up, or meet you halfway? Then guess what, bro? You're not in love. You're in limbo. You're addicted to the idea that if you just hold on long enough, you'll finally earn her love. And maybe, just maybe, one day she'll wake up and finally see your worth. But real love doesn't work like that. You don't have to convince the right woman to love you. You don't have to endure to be chosen. You don't have to prove yourself over and over again just to be met with indifference. The longer you wait for better days, the more of yourself you lose in the process. I'll ask you this. If nothing changes in the next 3 months, no shifts, no growth, no effort, would you be happy staying exactly where you are? If your answer is no, then stop lying to yourself. Stop waiting for a fantasy to show up in a relationship that's already failed a reality test. Because if trying harder hasn't worked by now, she's not going to wake up one day and suddenly love you the way you love her. You're forcing it, and the price is your peace, your pride, and your power. Love shouldn't feel like war. You shouldn't have to fight tooth and nail just to feel wanted. If you're forcing it, it's not love, it's fear of letting go. And what you deserve is someone who chooses you all the time without hesitation. Listen, if this video opened your eyes, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button because I've got more no BS relationship advice on this channel that you absolutely need to explore. My name is Jessica. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next video.